Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. So today I came to explain about the topic is the ratio proportion, one of the very important topic from the arithmetic. So for all competitive exams, the ratio and proportion is the very important concept. Okay, so let us start that. What is the ratio and what is the proportion? So what are the concepts which are involved in that? So first of all, what is the ratio? Yes, let us see. So the definition of a ratio is the comparison of the two quantities. Okay, so comparison of two quantities of same kind. Yes, so that is important thing. The comparison of the two quantities, so which are of same kind. So how we are comparing is the by division. Okay, yes, that comparison is called a ratio, right? So what you are going to do this one, comparison of the two quantities. So how the two quantities are of same kind and how we are comparing by division is called ratio. Okay then, so let us take the two quantities. Let A and B are two quantities of same kind. They are not a different kind. Okay, let me explain this one about that. What is the same kind? Why I am focusing on that particular, the word is the same kind. Okay, so let us see A, B are two quantities of the same kind. Then I am going to take this one by comparing. A and B are comparing with the division. So I can write A by B. It is called the ratio of the two terms A and B. So I can write as A is to B. Comparing A to this B. So by division I am comparing A by B. How much the A is when compared to B? That is known as ratio. Okay. So how I am comparing this one is the, okay, of the same kind. So what are the two quantities of the same kind? Let us take that two quantities. Okay. So here and suppose 15 centimeters is there and here is the 5 meters are there. Suppose they are the two lengths. Okay, right. One is 15 centimeters, another is the 5 meters. I think they are not of the same kind. Am I right or not? Both are not in the same units. So I cannot compare this one. In that case, what I am going to do? This one. So they are transforming into the same quantities. So this is the 15 centimeters and this is the 500 meters. 5 centimeters means 500 meters. Now I can compare this one. So it is the 15 is to 500. So both are in centimeters. Am I right? Both are in centimeters. Now the comparison will be possible. Okay, not? Yes. So like this we can compare. Yeah. So here why I am focusing that two quantities of the same kind. Okay. So let us take that a particular student. Okay. A particular student marks we are comparing with that another student marks. So marks are comparing with the marks. సో ఇక్కడ సేమ్ కైండ్ అని చెప్పి ఎందుకు ఫోకస్ చేస్తానంటే ఒక స్టూడెంట్ మార్క్స్ తీసినప్పుడు ఆ స్టూడెంట్ మార్క్స్ వేరే స్టూడెంట్ మార్క్స్తోనే కంపేర్ చేయాలి, అంతేగాని అతను ఆ రోజు తీసుకున్న చాక్లెట్స్ని మార్క్స్తో కంపేర్ చేయకూడదు అది. ఓకే, సో ఏబిఆర్ టూ స్టూడెంట్స్. ఓకే, వాట్ అబౌట్ దేర్ మార్క్స్? నౌ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు కంపేరింగ్ ద మార్క్స్, ఓకే, ఆఫ్ ఏ మార్క్స్ ఆఫ్ బి. ఇద్దరు మార్క్స్ని కంపేర్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, అంతేకాని సో ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి ఏ అనేవాడు, సో ఏ అనే పర్సన్ పర్టికులర్ పర్సన్ ఆ రోజు 10 చాక్లెట్స్ తీసుకున్నాడు. 10 చాక్లెట్స్. బి అనేవాడు దాని గురించి అసలు చాక్లెట్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడలేదు. నౌ వీ కెనాట్ కంపేర్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ చాక్లెట్స్ టు దట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ మార్క్స్. దే ఆర్ నాట్ బిలాంగింగ్ టు ద సేమ్ కైండ్. కంపేర్స్ మనం ఎలా కంపేర్ చేస్తాం? వీడు మార్క్స్ని అటు మార్క్స్తో కంపేర్ చేస్తాం. లేదా సో ఏ అనేవాడు ఆ రోజు 10 చాక్లెట్స్ తీసుకున్నాడు, బి అనేవాడు కూడా ఎన్ని చాక్లెట్స్ తీసుకున్నాడు, చాక్లెట్స్ని చాక్లెట్స్తోనే కంపేర్ చేయాలి, మార్క్స్ని మార్క్స్తోనే కంపేర్ చేయాలి. సో దట్స్ వై ఐఎమ్ ఫోకసింగ్ దట్ సేమ్ కైండ్. ఓకే నట్? సో దట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ క్వాంటిటీస్, ఓకే, విచ్ ఆర్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు ద సేమ్ కైండ్ బై డివిజన్, ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఏ రేషియో. రైట్? అండ్ ఐ థింక్ యూ గాట్ ద పాయింట్స్. Okay, yes. Now in this ratio contains two terms, right or not? Ratio contains the two terms. In this ratio which contains the two terms, the first term is called antecedent. What it is called? First term is called antecedent and the second term is called consequent. So the ratio which contains the two terms A as to B, then A is called the antecedent and B is called consequent. Okay, so let us see some properties about that ratio. Yeah, okay. So in the ratio A is to B, anyway A is called antecedent and B is called consequent. The important thing is the ratio of the terms. So ratio of the terms always in its simplest form. Ratio of the terms always in its simplest form. Suppose, so one ratio is given like this, 15:5 is the ratio is there, 15:5. That means 15 is comparing with the 5, we can write as the 15/5, which is 3/1, that means 3:1. Okay, yes, that 3:1 is the simplest form of 15:5. Generally, what is the thing is the ratio of the terms always we are going to represent in its simplest form. Okay, not? Yeah, and one more thing is the if A is to B is the one ratio, A is to B is the one ratio, and A into K is to B into K is the equivalent ratio of this one. Yes, what I am doing here? So both numerator and denominator is multiplied by a constant K. Okay, not? Then this is the equivalent ratio of this one. Okay, or else A into Y by B into Y. So multiplying with another constant Y. So which is the equivalent ratio of this one. Okay, generally the ratio of the terms are always represents in its simplest form. Okay, the thing is here, both the numerator and denominator multiplied by the same quantity, then we will get the ratio. That ratio is equals to that the given ratio, which are equivalent ratios. Generally they are called equivalent ratios. And at the same time, in the ratio of A is to B, A is divided by one quantity, B is divided by the same quantity. Okay, then both the ratios are equal. A is to B is equals to A divided by K by B divided by K. Both the numbers are dividing by K. So which is the equivalent ratio of the given ratio. Okay, have you got the point? Yes, and the one more thing is the, so in the ratio of A is to B, the ratio is the A is to B. Okay, then B is to A, just interchanging that. In the ratio A is to B, first term as a second term as first term, but then B is to A is called, okay, inverse ratio. What is this one? Inverse ratio of the given ratio A is to B. So antecedent as a consequent, consequent as antecedent, which is called inverse ratio of the given ratio. Okay, yes, and one more important thing is, okay, yes, while simplifying the problems, so both A and B are of the same kind. Already I mentioned this one. Okay, and sometimes you may get the problem is like this. Suppose if it is the 150 centimeters and it is the 5 meters, comparing this one, what is the ratio of 150 centimeters to 5 meters? I think both are not in same units, right or not? So now you can transform into meters also centimeters, or centimeters also meters. So it is 150 centimeters. So 1 meter means 100 centimeters, 5 meters means which is 500 centimeters. Now both are in centimeters. Now we can compare. This is 150 centimeters by 500 centimeters. It is 15 by 50, which is 3 by 10, which is 3:10. Which is the simplest form of that one. Here the thing is that, please focus on this one. One is in centimeters, another is in meters. Both should be in same units. Okay, not? Both should be in same kind. So both are in centimeters or both are in meters, whatever it is. Okay, yes, so that will be the one of the important thing. Okay, yes, and one more thing. For the ratio A is to B, A is to B is the one ratio. For this A is to B, so A square is to B square is called the duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio of A is to B. What is the meaning of duplicate ratio of A is to B? Is the A square is to B square, and it is root A is to root B is called the subduplicate ratio. Yes, and A cube is to B cube, which is called the triplicate ratio. Yes, what is the triplicate ratio of A is to B? It is cube root of A is to cube root of B is the subtriplicate ratio. subtriplicate ratio of A is to B. What do you say it is called? A square is to B square is called the duplicate ratio of A is to B. A cube is to B cube is called the triplicate ratio. And square root of A is to square root of B is called the subduplicate ratio of A is to B, and cube root of A is to cube root of B is called the subtriplicate ratio of A is to B. Okay, yes. So the next thing, let us see. So take the two ratios A is to B and C is to D. If A is to B and C is to D are any two ratios, right? So and here conditions, they have given that two ratios. If A is to B, I mean A by B is equals to C by D, A by B is equals to C by D, then I can say it is B by A is equals to D by C. Yes, so please observe this one. A by B is equals to C by D. If these two ratios are equal, then B by A is equals to C by D. This ratio also will be, yes, I am doing that, just inverting this one. So which is called invertendo. This law is called invertendo. Okay, and at the same time, please observe this one. If A by B is equals to C by D, yes, then I can write A by C is equals to B by D. This is alternando. What do you say it is called? Alternando. A by C is equals to B by D, which is called alternando. Okay, and at the same time, if A by B is equals to C by D, then I can say A plus B by B is equals to C plus D by D. A plus B by B is equals to C plus D by D. Okay, so which is called componendo. Okay, yes, and if A by B is equals to C by D, then A minus B by B is equals to C minus D by D. So the thing is called dividendo. Right, Anna? Yes, once, so please observe this one. A by B is equals to C by D. So this will happen, this will be the condition. If A is to B is equals to C to D are the two ratios, then B by A is equals to D by C. These are all inverse ratio, and this inverse ratio are equal, which is called invertendo. A by C is equals to B by D, which is called alternando. Here it is the A plus B by B is equals to C plus D by D, which is called a componendo, and A minus B by B is equals to C minus D by D, which is called a dividendo. Okay, and by combining these two ratios, by combining these two conditions, okay, then finally I can conclude this one. If A by B is equals to C by D, then I can say A plus B by A minus B is equals to C plus D by C minus D, which is C and D rule. What is the C and D rule? Componendo, advento, dividendo rule. Okay, so in this concept, very important thing is that in so many problems, okay, yes, we are going to use this concept. If the two ratios are equal, then its componendo dividendo is the A plus B by A minus B is equals to C plus D by C minus D, which is called componendo and dividendo rule. Very, very useful while simplifying the problems. Okay, yes, let us see. If A by B is equals to C by D is equals to E by F is equals to and so on. Here like that so many ratios are equal, then each ratio is equals to A plus C plus E plus and so on by B plus D plus F plus and so on. Yes, so please observe this one. A by B is equals to C by D is equals to E by F is equals to and so on, some ratios are there. So then each ratio will be is equals to A plus C plus E plus something and so on by B plus D plus F plus and so on. And at the same time, then each ratio is equals to, let us see, A into P plus Q into C plus R into E plus and so on by B into P plus D into Q plus F into R plus and so on, where the terms PQR are constants, they are not equals to 0. Okay, yes, so these are all the some ratios properties. Okay, so which will be very useful while solving the problems. Okay, students, come on. Yeah. So, in the ratio, one of the very important model, let us see. If A is to B is equals to 2 is to 3 and B is to C is equals to 3 is to 5, then what is A is to B is to C? Yes. So, let us see. A is to B is 2 is to 3, B is to C is, yes, clearly I am writing this one. A is to B is to C. Please you can write like this. So, A is to B is 2 is to 3. The first ratio is 2 is to 3 and the second ratio is B is to C is how much? 3 is to 5. Yes, these two terms are same, right or not? Then finally, I can write A is to B is to C is 2 is to 3 is to 5. Okay. Yes. So, the terms of B, the ratio of the terms of B is the same, then I can write directly A is to B is to C is the 2 is to 3 is to 5. Suppose if they are not the same, in that case what you are going to do? Suppose here I am going to give in that one more problem. If A is to B is 2 is to 3 and B is to C is some 4 is to 5. 4 is to 5. In that case, what you are going to do? Well, how to find A is to B is to C? Yes, come on, please write this one. A is to B is to C, which is, it is 2 is to 3 and B is to C is 4 is to 5. B is to C is 4 is to 5. I think they are not equal, right or not? Then we cannot write directly A is to B is to C is the, okay, yes, 2 is to, what is this one? Here the terms are not same. In that case, we are going to make these two terms are same, right or not? That means, so here what is the LCM of 3 and 4 is the? LCM of 3 and 4 is 12. Okay, then how to get the 12? So, totally it is multiplied with 4, then it is becomes 12 and totally this ratio is multiplied with 3, then you will get the 12. Then can you say this one? So, how it is? It is 8 is to 12, A is to B is 8 is to 12, B is to C is the 12 is to 15, 3 4 is 12, 3 5 is 15. Okay. Then finally, what is A is to B is to C is the 8 is to 12 is to 15. Like this, we can do this one. Okay. Yeah, the same thing we can solve in another way. Okay, one of the easy shortcut. Let us see. So, here it is that 2 is to 3 and it is 4 is to 5. Okay, not? So, now when these two are not same, when the B terms are not same, in that case we are multiplying just like this. So, okay. So, it is 4 2's, okay, not 4 2's, okay. Yes, you can do this one. Then this is 3 4's and 5 3's, like this. Okay, not? Yeah, 5 3 is 15, last term is the 15, 3 4's 12 is the middle term and 4 2's 8. One of the easiest shortcuts. Okay, not? Like n reverse, then we will get that easily. So, one of the very important model, when A is to B and B is to C is given, how to get this ratio is the A is to C. Okay. Yes, come on. So, let us take the some problems and you can practice in this model. Yeah. So, the next concept is the proportion. So, what is the proportion? So, this is equality of the two ratios. Equality of the two ratios is called proportion, right? Yes. Let us see. If the two ratios, if A is to B is equals to C is to D, the equality of the two ratios is called proportion. If the two ratios A is to B is as C is to D, then I can say the four numbers A comma B comma C comma D are in proportion. Okay. Yes, we can write as A is to B is as C is to D. Okay. Then the four numbers A, B and C, D are called in proportion. Yes. So, if they are in proportion, they has to satisfy one condition. So, let us see what it is. A by B is equals to C by D. Yes, ratio of equality. Then take the cross multiplication. A into D is equals to B into C. Right. We can write like this also. In that case, the terms A and D, they are called extremes. What they are called? Extremes. The terms B and C, they are called means. Yes, they are called means. Finally, I can say if the two ratios are equal, then we can say they are in proportion. right or not? So proportion means equality of the two ratios is called a proportion. A is to B is equals to C is to D. Okay, then A, B, C are in proportion. That means if the four numbers A, B, C are in proportion, that means A is to B is equals to C is to D, then I got this condition. Then what do you say? A into D means product of extremes. Am I right or not? So product of extremes, so is equals to B into C. What is B into C? Which is called product of means. Okay, Naj. So very important concept, that is about that proportion. If the four numbers are in proportion A, B, C, D, that means we can write product of extremes is equals to product of means. Okay. Yes, by using this concept, sometimes they may ask that one unknown variable of these four numbers, they can give that three numbers and they can ask about that what is the missing variable. Okay. Sometimes they may ask like this. So it is 5. Okay. So it is 5 comma 4 comma 10 comma some x. So which are in proportion? Which are in proportion? What is x? Yes, so come on, take this condition, product of extremes. So it is 5 into x is equals to 4 into 10. Product of extremes is equals to product of means. Okay, right? So which is 5x is equals to 40, x is equals to 8. Yeah, okay. Like this, we can find out this one, the missing variable when the four numbers are in proportion. And sometimes they may ask this one. They can give that four numbers in order. Check that one, whether they are in proportion or not. Four numbers is third. Four numbers is అవి proportion లో ఉన్నాయో లేదో ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయమంటాడు. ఎస్, మనం సింపుల్గా ఏం చేస్తాం, మనం ప్రొడక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ట్రీమ్స్ అండ్ ప్రొడక్ట్ ఆఫ్ మీన్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తాం. ఆ రేషియో ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఈక్వల్గా ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, దే ఆర్ ఇన్ ప్రపోర్షన్, అదర్వైజ్ దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఇన్ ప్రపోర్షన్. సమ్ టైమ్స్ దే మే గివ్ దట్ ఆప్షన్స్ A, B, C, D, 4 options, 4 problems. Okay, of those, suppose like this is given. Okay, 6 comma 8 comma suppose 12 comma and it is 20. Check this one whether they are in proportion or not. Okay, check cheyandi okasari. Product of extremes 26 are, it is 120, and product of means 12 8s are 96. Okay, so product of extremes is not equals to product of means, then we cannot say they are in proportion. Right or not? Yeah, like this they can ask the questions in the proportion. Basic thing, this is the basic thing only. So let us discuss about the properties of the proportion. Okay, yes, let us see. Yes, so if the ratios A is to B is equals to B is to C is equals to C is to D is equals to D is to E equals to and so on, what do you say? This is called continued ratio, continued proportion. Okay, yes, continued proportion. A is to B is equals to B is to C is equals to C is to D is equals to D is to E, like this is going on. That is called a continued proportion. Yes, and one more important thing is, okay, if A is to B is equals to B is to C. Yes, very important thing. If A is to B is equals to B is to C, in that case, please observe this one. B is called mean proportional of A and C. Okay. Yes, what is its value? Come on. So it is product of extremes is equals to product of means, which is B square is equals to AC. B is equals to root AC. Okay. Yes, so sometimes they can ask the questions are like this. What is the mean proportional of 9 and 4? Yes, they won't mention any ratios, just they can ask that one sentence. What is the mean proportional of 9 and 4? Yes, that means 9 is to something is equals to something is to 4, then this something is called mean proportional. Right or not? That means equating this one, product of extremes and product of means, it is B square equals to 36 and B is equals to 6. So very important concepts. What it is? A is to B is equals to B is to C, then B is called mean proportional of A and C, and they can ask the question is like this. Okay, yes, and at the same time in this ratio, okay, B is called mean proportional, okay, and the term C is called the third proportional. What it is called? Third proportional. How to get the C value? Okay, then C is equals to, come on check this one, C is equals to B square by A is called third proportional. So please focus on these two. What is the mean proportional of two numbers is root of A into C, I mean product of the two numbers under square root of. What is the third proportional of two numbers? So C is called third proportional. What is the third proportional of A and C? Means you can write B square is equals to AC and C is equals to B square by A. So okay, and one more very important thing is, if A is to B is equals to C is to D, then what do you say, that D is called fourth proportional. Yes, what it is called? Fourth proportional. A is to B is equals to C is to D, that D is called, D, fourth term is called fourth proportional. Then how to get this value? Yes, product of extremes is equals to product of means. So this is A into D is equals to B into C, then D is equals to BC by A is called the fourth proportional of the three numbers A, B and C. Okay students, come on, make a note, and very important things. So in the competitive examination point of view, they can ask that directly questions. Okay, and after let us discuss some problems which we got already from that previous some questions. Okay, yes. Okay, so let us discuss some more problems. Divide 1111 in the ratio of 8:3. Of course, the sum of some amount, so which will be divided for the two persons in the ratio of 8:3. So these models are very simple models. Okay, so totally how many parts are there? 8:3, 8 plus 3, 11 parts. Okay, so for the first one, okay, so this 1111 is dividing into 11 parts. Yes, which is dividing into 11 parts. Of those 11 parts, the first person will get the 8 parts. This is for A, suppose the first person. Okay, yes, and similarly for the second person B, so 1111 by 11 into, so it is for 3 parts for B. Okay, yes, very simple problems. Okay, yes, let us see, it is 11 times of 1, 0 and 1. Okay, of course it is 101 times. So what is the share of A is 808. What is the share of B is the 303. Yeah, so sharing the some amount in the ratio of some A is to B. Okay, so that will be the very important model. Okay, yes, and coming to that second problem, sum of the three numbers is 315 if the ratio of first number to second number is 2:3 and the ratio of second number to third number is 4:5, then what is the second number? Okay, so they are not giving that total A first number to second number to third number ratio like this. The first problem they didn't mention this one. First of all, what is the ratio of first number to second number to third number? Then after these 315 rupees are dividing for A, B and C, first number, second number, third number, then we will get the second number. Okay, yes, let us see. Yeah, so first number, second number, third number. So first number, second number and third number. Yes, what is that ratio? First is the 2:3 and the second number is 4:5. Okay, yes, ఇంతకుముందే మనం డిస్కస్ చేసినాం. A is to B is to C డైరెక్ట్గా రేషియో రావాలంటే ఈ టర్మ్స్ రెండు సేమ్ ఉండాలి. సేమ్ ఉంటే డైరెక్ట్గా రాసేసేవాళ్ళం, సేమ్ లేదు ఏం చేస్తాం మనం ఇప్పుడు ఇది. సో గుర్తుంది కదా ప్రాసెస్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద రేషియో ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ టు సెకండ్ నెంబర్ టు థర్డ్ నెంబర్? రైట్, ఇట్ ఈస్ 5 3s 15 parts for the third number. It is 3 4s 12 and 4 2s 8. So what is the ratio of first number to second number to third number is 8:12:15. Okay, right? Yes. Now, so what is the total ratio? Sum of the terms is 12 plus 8 20, 35. Right, Annette? So these are all the total parts. Yes. Now these 315 rupees is going to divide for the three numbers. Okay, so total parts are 35 parts. Now they are asking about only the second number. Okay, so what is the part of for second number is 12 parts, right? And out of 35 parts of those 315. So can I write like this? 12 out of 35 parts of this amount is 350. Okay, yes, come on, you can calculate this one. So 5 sevens, so 5 6 and 5 3s, 7 9 times. Okay, 12 9s are 108 rupees. Same like that. This is one of the application of first number to second number to third number. So what is the ratio of first to second to third one? Yes, did you get this method? So ఈ మెథడ్ జాగ్రత్తగా చూసుకోండి, ఈ మోడల్లో ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే, ఎస్. కమింగ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాబ్లం. Two numbers are respectively 20% and 50% more than the third number. Then what is their ratio? What is the ratio of first number to second number? చూడండి, ఈ ప్రాబ్లంలో ఏమి ఇవ్వలేదు, ఏ నెంబర్ ఇవ్వలేదు, జస్ట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 20% అండ్ సెకండ్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 50% మోర్ దాన్ ద థర్డ్ నెంబర్. ఓకే, ఎస్, థర్డ్ నెంబర్ కంటే ఈ రెండు ఎంత పర్సంటేజ్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి అనేది ఇచ్చాడు. అయితే వాటి రేషియో ఎంత అని చెప్పేసి, సో క్లియర్గా చదవండి క్వశ్చన్ అది. థర్డ్ నెంబర్ అన్నాడు పర్సంటేజెస్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు, పర్సంటేజ్లో కోర్స్ మళ్ళీ పర్సంటేజెస్కి సపరేట్గా మళ్ళీ మనం వీడియో చేస్తాము, అప్పుడు ఇంకా క్లియర్గా ఉంటుంది ఎలా తీసుకోవడం ఈజీగా అనేది. ఇలా పర్సంటేజెస్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు నెంబర్ తెలియదు మనకి, థర్డ్ నెంబర్ కంటే అన్నాడు, థర్డ్ నెంబర్ తెలియదు. ఎస్, లెట్ us take the third number is 100. థర్డ్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 100. ఓకే, ఎస్, ఎందుకంటే పర్ 100 పర్సంటేజ్లో పర్ 100 తీసుకుంటే మనకి ఈజీగా వచ్చేస్తుంది. సో ఇఫ్ ద థర్డ్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 100, ఈ థర్డ్ నెంబర్లో 20% ఆఫ్ థర్డ్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 20, బట్ సెకండ్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 20 and 50% మోర్ దాన్ అన్నాడు. అంటే ఈ ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ ఎంత ఉంటుందంటే, దీనికి ఆల్రెడీ థర్డ్ నెంబర్ అంటే 100, అందులో 20% మీన్స్ 20. సో ఇప్పుడు వచ్చేసి ఈ ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ వచ్చేసి ఏమవుతుందంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ 120 అయిపోతుంది, ఎందుకంటే 20 మోర్ అన్నాడు కదమ్మా, 120. ఓకే, మరి ఇది ఎంత అవుతుంది అన్నది 150 అయిపోతుంది. ఓకే, ఎస్, దెన్ సింప్లీ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ద రేషియో. వాట్ ఇస్ ద రేషియో? 120:150. ఎస్, దిస్ ఈజ్ 3 4s and 3 5s. So simply the ratio is the 4:5. Okay, yes, let us see. And coming to the last problem, one more problem. The sum of the money is distributed to that 4 persons A, B, C, D in the proportion of 5:2:4:3. Okay, yes. సో టోటల్గా సమ్ అమౌంట్ ఎంత కూడా మెన్షన్ చేయాల. సో 4 పర్సన్స్కి డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేసాం ఈ రేషియోలో 5:2:4:3. అండ్ సి గెట్స్ 1000 రూపీస్ మోర్ దాన్ డి. సో థర్డ్ పర్సన్కి ఫోర్త్ పర్సన్ కంటే 1000 రూపీస్ మోర్ వచ్చేసింది, 1000 రూపీస్ ఎక్కువ వచ్చేసింది. అయితే వాట్ ఈస్ ద షేర్ ఫర్ బి? బి షేర్ ఎంత అనేది ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, ఎస్. సో చిన్న లాజిక్ జాగ్రత్తగా చూడండి. సి గెట్స్ 1000 రూపీస్ మోర్ దాన్ డి. సో కమింగ్ టు ద రేషియోలో సి పార్ట్స్ 4, డి పార్ట్స్ వచ్చేసి 3. ఓకే, అంటే రేషియో టర్మ్స్లో వచ్చేసరికి ద పార్ట్స్ ఫర్ సి ఈజ్ 1 part మోర్ దాన్ డి. కరెక్టే కదనమ్మా, చూడండి అది. ఓకే, అంటే ఇక్కడ సి డి కంటే 1 part ఎక్కువ ఉంటే ఇక్కడ 1000 రూపీస్ ఎక్కువ వచ్చినట్టు, అంటే ఇండైరెక్ట్గా మీరు ఒక ఐడియా వచ్చేసింది అన్నమాట. అంటే 1 part ఎక్కువ వచ్చింది, ఇక్కడ 1000 రూపీస్ ఎక్కువ వచ్చింది, అంటే 1 part ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ 1000 రూపీస్. 1 part ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ 1000 రూపీస్. సింపుల్ అయిపోయింది. ఓకే, దెస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద షేర్ ఆఫ్ బి? బీకి ఎన్ని షేర్ ఉన్నాయి? ఎన్ని పార్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి? 2 parts ఉన్నాయి. ఎస్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద షేర్ ఆఫ్ బి ఈజ్ 2000 రూపీస్. Simple or not? Okay, students. So we'll get that general in the competitive examination point of view. Very simple questions. చాలా సింపుల్గా ఉంటాయి క్వశ్చన్. జాగ్రత్తగా చదవండి, చిన్న లాజిక్ ఉంటుంది, ఆ లాజిక్ పట్టుకొని మనం ఈజీగా సింప్లిఫై చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, ఎస్, కమ్ ఆన్, మేక్ ఎ నోట్. యా, సో హియర్ ఈస్ ద వన్ మోర్ డిఫరెంట్ మోడల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. ఓకే, ఎస్, లెట్ us see. 2 numbers are in the ratio of 2:3 and if the 5 is added to both the numbers, the ratio becomes 11/14. Find the greater number. Okay, yes. So 2 numbers on the ratio of 2:3 generally మనం తీసుకునే ప్రాసెస్. సో లెట్ ద ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 2x అండ్ సెకండ్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 3x. ఓకే, ఎస్, చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందో 2 numbers which are in the ratio of 2:3. So I can write, so the first number is 2x and the second number is 3x. ఓకే ఎస్ కండిషన్ ఏంటి చూడండి, ఇఫ్ 5 ఈజ్ యాడెడ్ టు బోత్ ద నెంబర్స్. ఓకే రెండింటికి 5 యాడ్ చేద్దాం, ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్కి సెకండ్ నెంబర్కి. అప్పుడు రేషియో వచ్చేసి 11:14 అవుతుందంట. ఓకే ఎస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 2x + 5 / 3x + 5. 5 is adding to the both the numbers, then this ratio is equals to 11:14. ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ మీకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు ప్రాసెస్ మనకి అది. తర్వాత మనం ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ చేసేసి ఎక్స్ టర్మ్స్ అని ఒకవైపు తెచ్చేస్తాం, ఎక్స్ వచ్చేస్తే అయిపోతుంది ప్రాబ్లం. ఫైనల్గా వాట్ ఈస్ ద గ్రేటర్ నెంబర్ అని చెప్పేసి అన్నాడు. ఓకే ఎస్ ఇక్కడ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఒక చిన్న షార్ట్ కట్. జనరల్ మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, 14 × 28 and 33. ఎక్స్ లెన్స్ ఏను నేనమ్మా 28x and 33x. ఓకే సో 33x - 28x ఇలా రాసేస్తాం అది ఎక్స్ టర్మ్స్ అని ఒకవైపు. మరి ఇక్కడ చూస్తానన్న 14 5s and 11 5s. ఓకే ఎస్ దీనికోసం ఒక చిన్న షార్ట్ కట్ ఏంటి, ఇక్కడ యాడ్ చేసే నెంబర్ కానీ సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసే నెంబర్ కానీ సేమ్ అయినప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్గా నేను ఒకటి రాసేస్తాను. ఏంటంటే ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య గ్యాప్ ఎంతమ్మా, ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య గ్యాప్ 11కి 14కి గ్యాప్ 3. సో 3 5s 15. సింపుల్ అయిపోయింది. అఫ్కోర్స్ మీరు క్రాస్ మల్టిప్లికేషన్ చేసినా సరే కాన్స్టెంట్ టర్మ్ వచ్చి 15 వస్తుంది, కరెక్టా లేదా చూడండి అది. సో 14 5s 70, 11 5s 55. 70 - 55 is 15. నేను చెప్తున్న షార్ట్ కట్ ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ సేమ్ నెంబర్ యాడ్ చేసినా సేమ్ నెంబర్ సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడైనా సరే అది ఏ నెంబరో చూడండి, వీటి మధ్య గ్యాప్ ఎంతనా 11కి 14కి గ్యాప్ 3. 3 5s are 15. అయిపోయింది సింపుల్. ఓకే ఎస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 33x - 28x. ఇట్ ఈస్ 5x = 15, x = 3. x3 వచ్చేస్తుందమ్మా, x3 వచ్చేస్తే సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద గ్రేటర్ నెంబర్, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ద గ్రేటర్ పార్ట్. సో 3 × 3 is 9. సో యువర్ గ్రేటర్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 9. ఓకే ఎస్ లైక్ దిస్ యూ కెన్ సింప్లిఫై ద ప్రాబ్లమ్. ఓకే అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ సేమ్ ఇలానే ఒకటి ఇచ్చాడమ్మ. ఈసారి సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు చూడండి చాలా ఫాస్ట్గా, సో విత్ ఇన్ మినిట్ అయిపోతుంది. సో రేషియో 2 numbers రేషియో ఎస్ ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 3x అండ్ సెకండ్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ 5x. సో 9 ఈజ్ సబ్ట్రాక్టింగ్. సో 9 సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసాం, రెంట్లోంచి 9 సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసాం. ఈ రేషియో వచ్చేసి ఎంత అవుతుంది, దిస్ రేషియో ఇస్ బికమ్స్ 12:23. ఓకే సో ఇలాంటి షార్ట్ కట్ మనకి పెద్ద నెంబర్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు యూజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఎస్ ఓకే సో ఇట్ ఈస్ 23 3s. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ 69x. ఓకే అండ్ 12 5s 60x. 69x - 60x. ఓకేనా. సో అయితే ఇక్కడ చూడమ్మా మళ్ళీ డిఫరెన్స్ వచ్చేసి సేమ్ ఉంది కదా, నెంబర్ 9 9. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ దీస్ టూ, సో 12 to 23 is the 8 + 11. Okay, so 11 9s 99 is the constant. Okay, yes, so it is 9x is equals to 99, then x is equals to 11. అయిపోయింది, చాలా సింపుల్గా అయిపోతుంది. సో x 11 అయినప్పుడు అడిగింది ఏంటి, వాట్ ఇస్ ద స్మాలెస్ట్ నెంబర్. సో 3 parts is the smallest number, 3 11s. 33 is the smallest number. Okay, yes, and one more problem, different problem. Okay, chundamante. So in a bag there are 25 paise coins, 10 paise coins and 5 paise coins. కొన్ని ఉన్నాయి, ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయో తెలియదు. 25 paise coins, 10 paise coins and 5 paise coins are in the ratio of 1:2:3. And there is a amount, total amount is how much? 30 rupees. Total 30 rupees is there. Then how many 50 paise coins are there? Okay, yes. So ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేద్దామమ్మా, అమౌంట్ వచ్చేసి సమ్ x 25 paise, 10 paise and 5 paise. Totally the amount is transforming into paise. 30 rupees means 3000 paise. ఓకే, అవి ఎన్నోన్నాయో తెలియదు అనమాట వీటి రేషియో వచ్చేసి. ఓకే, సో చూడండి ఇలాంటి ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చినప్పుడు ఏం చేద్దాం అది. సో ఇక్కడ నేను ఈజీగా ఉండడం కోసం టోటల్ అమౌంట్ అంతా పైసల్లోకి మార్చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను అది. ఓకే, సో ఎక్స్ పైసా, సో ఒక 25 paise coins are 1:2:3. that means x into 2x and 3x. okay, yes, x into 25 paise coins, yes, this is 2x into, right, and 2 parts, 2x into how many coins are there, these are all 10 paise coins, 10 paise coins plus, and this is 3x with 5 paise coins, 3x of 5 paise coins. Total is equals to 3000 paise. Am I right or not? 30 rupees, 30 into 100. Okay, 30 hundreds, 3000 paise. Totally the problem is transforming into paise. మొత్తం పైసల్లోకి మార్చేస్తాం అన్నది. ఓకే, ఎస్. సో మొత్తం ఎన్ని పైసలు వచ్చినాయి మనది? సో ఇట్ ఈజ్ 15x and okay, total it is 15x plus and it is 20x plus it is 25x. Okay, total these many pies is equals to 3000 pies totally. So it is 20 plus 15, 35, 40, 60x. 60x is equals to 3000. Okay, so x is equals to 50. X is equals to 50. Then they are asking about how many 5 pice coins are there. So what is the 5 pice coins means? So third number, third part is 3 times of x. Okay, so then I can write number of 5 pice coins is 5 times of ratio. Ratio is the 3 times of right, and 3 times of x. It is 3 times of 50 is 150, not 150, which is 150. So it is 150. Number of coins are 150. Okay, right, understood? Okay, so this is about that ratio and proportion problems. So, okay, so please practice the concepts perfectly, then after please practice the more number of problems, then you will be perfect about this concept. Very simple concept and very important in all competitive examination point of view. Okay, so be ready for that next coming video, that is percentages. సో నెక్స్ట్ కాన్సెప్ట్లో నెక్స్ట్ వీడియోలో మనం పర్సంటేజ్ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండ్ చాలా సింపుల్ కాన్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, ఎస్. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ వాచింగ్. ప్లీజ్ షేర్ అండ్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ మై ఛానల్ అండ్ ప్లీజ్ క్లిక్ దట్ bell icon to get all my notifications. Thank you for watching. So be ready for the next upcoming video. Until then, bye bye.